Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's model of choice is Pose Boosted X-Wing from Star Wars. This is a Revell kit number 06777 and it's part of their build and play range, which isn't supposed to require paint or glue. So let's get this box open and see what we actually get inside. By the way, this is a level 1 kit, which means it's the easiest you can get. Right, we have various plastic parts and paperwork. I'm going to remove the remainder of the packaging and start looking at the instructions. There's only 13 simple steps to follow to build this kit, and you also get a parts list so you know if anything is missing. And it's also nice that this booklet has been printed in colour. There's less information that can be lost in translation. Because this kit comes with a soundboard and a battery pack, we have some additional safety information. And these are all the parts nicely laid out. So let's get cracking on with step number 1. The wings are pushed together to form the letter X, and that should be able to open and close. And for step number 2, the wings are pushed into place on the lower part of the body. And for step 3, the cockpit goes into place just in front of it. Now I'm supposed to push the figure or pour diamond into the cockpit seat. The only problem is it's completely devoid of paint, and the same goes for the main body of BB-8. So I'm going to get these guys painted up before I move forward. Right, those are now done. The pilot doesn't need to be too perfect, as he'll be obscured by the cockpit window. For step number 4, we have the rear panels put into place, as well as the forward landing gear. This needs to be clipped in so it can be raised up and down. For step 5, I have the cockpit windows put into place. This needs to be hooked inside and pushed into place. And now that's another piece which opens and closes as when you need to. For step number 6, both the top and bottom body section can be clicked into place. And I must say that the seams are very well hidden on this kit. For step number 7, we've got to insert this peg into this weird looking engine part, and then that's secured into place at the rear, and it's shaped in such a way that there's only one way it can be attached. For step number 8, we attach both half of the engine onto one of the wings, and that's followed by attaching the weapons, both on the upper and lower wing. These parts were smooth and kept slipping out of my fingers, so I had to wet my fingers just to get a little bit of grip. I then added the engines and the weapons onto the opposing wing, and that brings me up to stages 11 and 12, and you can probably see what they are. They are both the right and the left landing gears, although these will not retract like the forward one, and will have to be removed completely for flying mode. Then I can remove the tab and press down on BB-8's head. And as you can clearly tell, there are two different sound bites. In addition to the cockpit and the forward landing gear, the wings also move. They can easily be put into the open or closed positions. But I'm not done just yet, as this still looks more like a toy than a model kit. So I'm just going to go through a few quick processes to help change that. And I'm starting off adding some silver rubber buff onto a brush. These grey engine pieces are supposed to be metal, so I'll brush on some rubber buff from front to back, and this will help create a worn effect. I also added it to the turbine blades and other metal parts, and this really does help stop it looking too plasticky. I also lightly brushed it on in certain places where the paint would naturally wear thin, such as on the nose cone or any edges. We also need to add a little bit of depth and shadows, and for that I added some black panel liner onto the turbines, and with that we can not only see the individual blades, but we can also see where the dirt has built up. Then last of all, I gave the whole model a dry brush with light grey paint. This catches on all the edges and makes the details pop out, plus it also knocks back the strength of the black just a little bit and breaks up that single tone. So there we go, that Pose Boosted X-Wing fighter completed. This is kit number 06777 and it's available from Revell. Just because it's aimed at the younger end of the spectrum, it doesn't mean that this kit can't be upscaled. After all, it's up to you how much time you want to dedicate to your kits. I'm happy with my minimal efforts, but there's nothing stopping you from going to town on it and adding a lot of super fine details. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, if I can do it, so can you.